Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings. And it's all about Pakistan actually clinching victory on the fourth day itself. In fact, Australia could not do anything much as they were bundled out by Pakistan for 160. In fact, they were bowled out for just, I think it was 164 that the Australians were totally bundled out by Pakistan today on the fourth day to give Pakistan a huge victory by 373 runs in the second test, thus taking the series 1-0. And also a word for Mohammad Abbas, who became the first bowler in the United Arab Emirates to go and take a 10-wicket haul. His best match analysis for Mohammad Abbas, and Mohammad Abbas is someone who according to me now, after looking at his showing and the way he's bowling, looks to be a man with a great future, because he's already the second fastest to 50 wickets in test matches. And Mohammad Abbas, to me, is he's a bit pacey as well. I know that Mohammad Asif was one bowler who could really swing the ball like a banana. And here comes another bowler, Mohammad Abbas. In fact, Mohammad Asif actually got into that spot fixing scandal, and he could not. He was banned, and his career was totally gone. But I believe he's still doing well in Pakistan, according to me. But Mohammad Abbas is definitely taken that place of Mohammad Asif, according to me, because when I saw him bowl, I can see this bloke can get the ball to move away from the batsman. He can get the ball to his stock ball is the one that comes in, and it comes a long way. Let me tell you, you might be probably even the Australian batsmen were really surprised by the way he was able to swing the ball, get deep movement into the batsman, and many of his victims were claimed LBW. So Mohammad Abbas, 17 overs, 2 maidens, 62 runs and 5 wickets, bowled splendidly and he was well supported by the Yasir Shah's leg spin, 21.4 overs, 5 maidens, 45 runs and 3 wickets, 6 overs, 1 for 40 for Mir Hamza. Bilal Asif was not among the wickets. He bowled just 5 overs, 2 maidens. Was not required 5 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 12, as this Aussie innings wound up for just 164. So they could not do anything. They could not even offer a semblance of a fight that they offered in the first test to go to a miraculous draw, as we all know. But Australia, looking at the card here, they resumed on their overnight score 47 for 1. And let's hear the story as to what really happened. So that is something that I'm going to do. And also we have the 4th ODI between England and Sri Lanka coming up. Now if Sri Lanka is going to lose this particular match, I have to say it's curtains for Sri Lanka in the series. England would have won the series, and they are definitely looking favourites, no doubt about it. And we'll also have a look at the Afghanistan Premier League, which has come into the business end of the tournament, as the first semi-final was played where Balk Legends were in invincible form. They put up a huge score on the board, and they bundled out the Nangar Leopards for just 64 in the first semi-final, and they have reached the finals now, the Balk Legends, in the inaugural Afghanistan Premier League. We'll have a look at all that, but first let's talk in greater detail about the Australian side collapsing for 164 on the third day in Abu Dhabi. So just talking about this game here, the first wicket to go today, I think it was Aaron Finch and Travis Head were the batsmen, and Travis Head was the first to go. Now Mohammad Abbas was the one who actually gave them the breakthrough. Let's have a look at what happened to Travis Head. Now Travis Head, this was Mohammad Abbas coming round the wicket. The ball was angling in, and at the last moment, the ball straightened, and it was Travis Head who has already had a prod at it, and the ball had nicked the outside edge of the bat and was caught by the substitute wicketkeeper Mohammad Rizwan behind the stumps. And that was the end of Travis Head. Caught Mohammad Rizwan, bowled Mohammad Abbas for 36 with 5 boundaries. And the Australian score was 71 for 2. Mitchell Marsh walked in, and the next wicket to go was Mitchell Marsh. Could not do much. Now this was Mohammad Abbas' stock delivery, which really comes in a long way. And absolutely, this was a ball which nipped back after pitching, and Mitchell Marsh had no answer. He was caught in front, and he hit the back leg. It was all over. The Hawkeye had already determined it, and it was all over. Huge LBW for Mohammad Abbas. And Mohammad Abbas had Mitchell Marsh LBW for 5. Now the score read 77 for 3. And Arun Finch was there at the wicket. He was joined in by Marnus Labuschagne. But Mohammad Abbas got the wicket of Arun Finch in a wonderful manner. Now this was a sort of a real ploy by Mohammad Abbas. He kept Finch rooted to his crease, and it was a length which actually went past the inside edge. He went forward, but the ball missed the bat, hit him on the pad, and it was the end of Arun Finch. LBW bowled Mohammad Abbas for 31 2/4, and Mohammad Abbas was an absolute fire because he had taken all the 3 wickets to sink the Australians to 78 for 4. And Tim Paine, who was the saviour in the first test match, could not do anything as he lost his stumps to Mohammad Abbas. Now this was a ball which probably Tim Paine thought and he decided not to play at it, but one could listen to the timber rattling there as it went and knocked his off stump out, as there was poor judgment from Tim Paine, probably thinking the ball is going to swerve away, but instead it went and hit his off stump, and Tim Paine was walking, bowled by Mohammad Abbas for naught, and now the score was 78 for 5, with Labuschagne, the only recognised batsman left at the crease. Now Labuschagne was joined in by Mitchell Starc, and Labuschagne was looking good at the crease. There was 78 for 5 at that stage, but Labuschagne got some support from Mitchell Starc, who did a good job in contributing 28, but that was it. Now it was the turn, after Mohammad Abbas has done his job, it was the turn of the leggy Yasir Shah to get into the mould, and that's precisely did. Mitchell Starc was gone. He was LBW, bowled Yasir Shah for 28 with 4 boundaries. He was pinned right in front of the stumps, and that was the end of Mitchell Starc. After that, Peter Siddle was LBW, bowled Yasir Shah for 3, and Labuschagne, who definitely had his battles against the spin, but nevertheless he was with him. Mohammad Abbas picked up his 5th wicket as he was trying to pull a delivery, but the short ball, it was a ball which actually rose up, and he beat him for pace and bounce, and he got a top edge onto it, and that's the end of Abbas as Mohammad Rizwan held it. But Labuschagne definitely, it was his highest score in Test cricket according to me, because he made 43 with 5 boundaries. But and then it was all over. Yasir Shah got the Pakistan the victory. John Holland was a victim of Yasir Shah for 3. Nathan Lyon was not on. So Usman Khwaja could not bat, which was very sad. And the Australian innings ground to a halt at 164 with the man of the match. Now this was something which was a great achievement by this Mohammad Abbas, the pace bowler from Pakistan, pace and swing bowler. In fact, he was given the player of the match and the player of the series, and I thought rightly so, because he was the one who had taken the maximum wickets in this particular 2-match series. So Mohammad Abbas, take a bow, and as I said, Mohammad Abbas, this wonderful fast bowler, has a great future unless and until the injury does not affect him. Other than that, I think Mohammad Abbas is a wonderful bowler to watch, and I can tell you one thing, that if I always see Mohammad Abbas, I think about Mohammad Asif. Mohammad Asif had pace, but Mohammad Asif had a bit of pace, but Mohammad Abbas, I think, can surprise you with his pace as well. He has some sharp bouncers as well. And Mohammad Abbas, according to me, is looking much sharper than even Mohammad Asif. And that is good news for Pakistan that they have already unearthed a bowler of great quality here in Mohammad Abbas. So that is as far as second test is concerned. So Pakistan taking the two-match series 1-0. So now I will do a brief preview of the fourth ODI which is coming up between England and Sri Lanka. As we know, England are the ones who are ruling in this ODI series with a 2-0 lead. The fourth ODI is going to be played in Palakele, and I'm afraid to say that if Sri Lanka do one more mistake and if they lose this particular match in Palakele, it's all over for Sri Lanka, and they would be left to only go and do the salvage operation in the final ODI. So the fourth ODI which is coming up, let's have a look at Sri Lanka and see what different they can do to combat the Englishmen in the ODI. So just let's have a look at the Sri Lankan team. Now the Kushal Mendes has been, whether Kushal Mendes will play tomorrow, that is really left a question mark, because Kushal Mendes has already had 3 consecutive blobs, and one definitely feels that he wouldn't be a part of the Sri Lankan team. So definitely Niroshan Dikwala and Sadira Samaravikrama, and they definitely had a good start. So definitely it's a good pair. Sadira Samaravikrama can play the sedate role. Niroshan Dikwala can get amongst the runs by scoring quickly, and that is a good combination according to me. So in this opening combination, they have to put up a very good partnership which will give the other batsmen to really set a platform. They have to really set a platform there. And then they have the experience of Upul Tharanga, Dinesh Chandimal, the captain. Dhananjay De Silva is a very good batsman. It's just a matter of him getting into form. And then the Pereiras, the two burly all-rounders, Dasun Shanaka and Thisara Pereira. And then we get on to the bowlers, Akila Dhananjaya, Amila Oponso, the left-arm spinner, was impressive. Lasit Malinga probably has to get back to his best, and Nuwan Pradeep. So definitely for Sri Lanka, it's a sort of a real challenge for them tomorrow in the fourth ODI, as they would be under real pressure, because it's a must-win match for them to keep their hopes alive in this series. England, well, they are confidence personified. They are doing very well. Already we know certain players are out, and it really shows that there's so much of healthy competition in the England team. A man of the stature of Sam Curran, an all-rounder, who probably is a sort of a really automatic inclusion, according to me, in the England one-day and T20 scheme of things, is sitting on. Alex Hales has not got an opportunity, so you could just imagine how strong this England team is. Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow opened the innings. They are in some good form. Joe Root, Morgan has been in top form in this particular series. Ben Stokes also slowly getting into form. Josh Butler has not been needed to do any sort of pyrotechnics there. And then Moeen Ali has also not been needed. Chris Wokes, as I said, this England batting lineup, this England virtually has no tail. There's only Ollie Stone that one can probably call him a tail at number 11. Other than that, this England team is looking extremely strong. Batting, bowling, they are looking extremely strong according to me. So the fourth one-day international which is coming in Palakele, as I said, very important for Sri Lanka, and for England would be hoping that they go on and knock Sri Lanka out once again, so that they would have already won the series, with the final ODI giving them an opportunity to do a bit of experimentation by putting in a lot of youngsters into the mix. Or probably one could see Sam Curran get into the mix as well. and I'm sure if England win the fourth ODI, definitely I'm looking forward to see Sam Curran in action. I'm looking to see both the brothers in action in the final ODI. So, well, Sri Lanka are the ones who have to really do the hard work now. So now we get on to the first semi-final of the Afghanistan Premier League. So as I said, we are reached the business end of the tournament of the inaugural Afghanistan Premier League in the United Arab Emirates, and Balk Legends were the ones who, the Balk Legends were the ones who actually won the ODI, but Balk Legends batted first, and Balk Legends have advanced to the finals here of the Afghanistan Premier League. As Balk Legends, Mohammad Nabi, the captain, not only led with the bat, he also led with the ball. If you look at the Balk Legends innings, Chris Gale was really clattering the ball into the boundary at regular intervals. 54. Look at that innings. In fact, Balk Legends raised a total of 235 for 520 overs against the Nangar Leopards bowling. Gale made 54 of 30 deliveries, which included 9 fours and 2 sixes. Darvish Rasuli, the opener, cracked 78 of just 45 deliveries, 7 fours and 4 sixes. Munro hitting 33 of 22, 2 fours, 3 sixes. Mohammad Nabi pelting 47 of just 16 deliveries, which included 5 sixes and 2 fours. Bopara was the only one to miss out for 4 to the bowling of Naveen-ul Haq, and then 235 for 5 on the board. And if you look at the bowling figures of Mujibur Rahman. It is something of an extreme rarity that you could see a bowler of Mujibur Rahman's class being shattered in such a fashion. And this is something, a sort of a real test for Mujibur Rahman. It is really telling him that what international cricket is all about. 3 overs, he was slammed for 51 runs by the Balk Legends batsman. Naveen-ul Haq, 4 overs, 1 for 33, a very promising bowler. 3 overs, 1 for 45, Zadni Azal. Zahir Khan, 1 for 35, the spinner. Ben Cutting, 4 overs to 38. Ibrahim Zadran, 2 overs, none for 32. The Nangar Leopards were faced with a mountain to hit 236. Probably their batting approach was trying to get the runs. They started losing wickets. Good captaincy from Mohammad Nabi. Mohammad Nabi himself leading by example with both bat and ball to take the man of the match award. 3.1 overs, no maiden, 12 runs and 4 wickets, which they actually bowled out the Nangar Leopards for just 64 runs in the semi-finals. Aftab Alam, 2 overs, 1 for 11. Mirwais Ashraf, 2 overs, 2 for 14. 3 for 18 for Kais Ahmed, the leg spinner. Gulbuddin Naib, 2 overs, none for 9. And looking at the card of the Nangar Leopards batting does not make any good reading. The highest score was a joint 13 runs by 2 batsmen. One was opening batsman Andre Fletcher and Fazal Naizai making 13. Other than that, it was all, and there was only another 1 batsman who reached double figures, and there was Ben Cutting with 11 of 7 balls, 1 4 and 6. Other than that, Dave Sijot for 3, Johnson Charles for 4, Ibrahim Zadran for 0, Hasmutullah Shahidi for 2, Shafiqullah for 4. Naveen-ul Haq was not out on 4. Mujibur Rahman 6. Zahir Khan not. Game over. 64 all out. Totally a real demolition by the Balk Legends to advance into the finals of the inaugural Afghanistan Premier League. They got a huge victory by 171 runs. And congratulations to the Balk Legends for reaching the Afghanistan Premier League finals 2018. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think I've waxed enough on this cricket show today. It's about time for me to pull the curtain down on this daily cricket show of today. Hope you all liked it. And with my next cricket happening show coming up tomorrow, that's on a Saturday, it's about time to bid you all a very good night.